Okay, this match I'll pick out Shaun Ash.
I was expecting to be called out yesterday, to be honest.
Bedford played his joker, Shaun Ash, unfortunately, all bar no bite.
Yeah, can I call out Declan Brennan, please?
He's thrown the glove in. And Declan Brennan, our next hitman, is eliminated. Cohen Bradford wins 3 out of 3.
Congratulations, mate. Let's let you go and find your way to the hot seat. And let's fire up the machine. We are going to have a draw for our next 2 players. Aaron Davies, for the first time this weekend, comes down. Let's fire up the machine and find out who you'll play, Aaron. No bounty, but you get Chris Melling. First thoughts on that?
Well, it's probably the worst draw, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, when you're playing this event, you come to win it. You come to win any event that you're playing.
A brilliant effort from Chris Melling, but he is eliminated, and Aaron Davies will be the last man into the money. We will be back just after the break.
Okay, let's bring up the list of players.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Cohen.
Yeah, hopefully, like I say, bit of good form, short format, race to 4. It's just everyone's good now. I think we can all beat each other.
Well, best of luck. Looking forward to this match. Let's get it on.
Well, there's 2 new pros that are left in the list. You've got John Chambers, who has made back-to-back finals, and I see the reason why a lot of people have not gone for John. And then you've got Daryl Whitworth, who's the other lowest-ranked player. That at this point in the tournament, it feels like a player like Daryl will start to get called out.
Yeah, and even when you do...
Oh, he nearly made the golden.
And even if you do, for example, pick out Daryl, I think he played John in the semis or the quarterfinals at Bolton just gone, so obviously Darren's a class player as well. Like, everybody on the tour is a class player, and especially in this format, it's a complete lottery. And I think that's why, for me, I did the spin the wheel, and I didn't want to call anybody out, but each to their own. I can understand why Aaron has done it, but I can also understand why somebody else wouldn't.
Yeah, I liked Cohen's little comment as well. There was a little bit of almost beef behind that in terms of the fact that he went, oh, I think Aaron thought I was the worst player, you know, I'm going to come out here and prove him wrong kind of thing. He's just got such a positive attitude, Cohen, hasn't he? No matter whatever's thrown at him, he just seems to like the challenge.
Yeah, he's got so much confidence. Obviously, he's young, he's got nothing to lose. And I said this morning, I said, like, as a person, he's got so much confidence, not just Paul. I said I'd love 10% of his confidence.
You're an interesting one though, Carl, because I don't think you don't flaunt your confidence, but you're composed. So you're kind of on the other side of it, which is, I suppose, the debate.
I'm totally the opposite, to be honest. I'm keep myself to myself, try and let the Paul do the talking as such. I would never have it in me to do what Cohen's just done out there. But there's good ways and bad ways to deal with them situations, I think.
I was going to say, we're never going to see an event where you come out and try and do like a Cohen Bradford-esque sprint out, hack the balls around, see what happens, pull a face every 5 seconds.
No, definitely not. And I think that's why I'm so bad at the 6 reds. I've not quite got the emotion in me to be running round, throw me on. I don't know, I've just not got that side in me.
I think in a way that you and Aaron are kind of similar characters in that regard, because Aaron's not obviously Aaron does kind of sprint around when he's doing the 6 reds, but he's not a natural kind of emotion shower per se until he really won the title, obviously back at the start of the year. But do you think in a strange way you might be in a kind of same progression line as Aaron in a weird way?
Yeah, definitely, in terms of not really giving any kind of emotion away. He definitely keeps himself to himself on tour. And yeah, I think in terms of on the outside table, I don't think we're quite similar. Whereas Aaron does have a lot more tactics on an outside table. Not possibly deliberate tactics, but the way he plays is a little bit different. Like, I do struggle against the players that are a bit slower on the outer tables. I love it out on the main table where you don't have a choice, you have to just get on with it. And yeah. I feel like that's where I play my best pool.
Do you think you play better against the big names as well, Kyle? Do you think that's kind of a bit of a part of it?
Yeah, 100%. Because I think it comes part and parcel. When you play against the bigger names, you find yourself on the main arena table. And you don't get a chance to think about what you're doing, who you're playing, what's at stake. All you're thinking about is your next visit to the table. You've got cameras on you as Cohen has now. So I'm thinking about keeping a straight face because I know that camera's on me, not, oh, if I win this one, I could be in the last 16, or I think everything's so much easier out on that main table. And I know some people think different. Some people don't like it. I know Rob Chambers, I practiced with him a lot. He felt a little bit uncomfortable out there. Rob definitely doesn't like the 15-second. And he's not massively keen on the lights as well. They're not great for his eyes. But it's each their own.
Here we go. So Aaron goes dry on that break. Cohen gets his first kind of big opportunity. Not the nicest layout though, Kyle, is it?
No. Your first visit of the day, you wouldn't really have asked for this kind of split. I'm guessing the red doesn't even go to the top right, that's closest to the yellow, the right middle.
No. I think he's looking at seeing, do they plant? If you can get them to plant, then maybe there is an option for going for the long yellow. Oh, he tried to go off the yellow in the middle and screw into it. That was a tough, tough shot.
Very tough shot, but I'm not too sure what else he had available.
Yeah, I think he just went for the punt, didn't he? I don't blame him.
No, I definitely wouldn't have been looking to have a safety exchange with Aaron Davies.
There's certain people you just don't go into that fight with. I think Josh Kane realised that earlier when he went up against Buzzer.
Yeah. When Josh actually beat Brian, I actually got quite comfy. I thought, I've just been sat talking to Josh for 20 minutes about fishing. His dad fishes, I fish. We're having a practice in a couple of weeks together because I've got this cloth. The last thing I thought, he was going to be picking me out.
Mate, the silent killers. Josh Kane is one of them. He's got it on the back of his shirt, Kyle. You should have known.
I know, yeah. It's a dog-eat-dog world.
Mate, that's why I always put an extra ounce of effort playing you in the under-25s, because I was like, oh, fancy it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's when you're playing at this level, Kyle, you just know that every opportunity you get, you've just got to take. And, you know, 1 in 10 you might get away with if you don't get it right. But
definitely. You have to be giving yourself the best opportunity to win matches. I always say, obviously it was first to 7s on the Pro Series last year. This year it's 8. I think you have to go into matches wanting 8 opportunities at the table. If you've had 8 opportunities at the table,
you can't moan.
You can't do yourself too much damage, I don't think, if you have lost. People always say, oh, you've not even had enough chances to win, and I think that's the frustrating thing.
Yeah.
I always find it easier when I've had the chances and don't win. I'll be like, fair enough, I had my chances.
Well, I mean, as Tony alluded to earlier, I think one of the most unlucky players this weekend was Greg Batten, just because he didn't put a foot wrong and lost. And I think you're in a similar boat to that you didn't put a foot wrong and you've somehow been done on the 6th thread. It's still baffling me now, Carl, I'll be honest with you, but...
Yeah, it was my story of the Pro Series as well in Bolton a couple of weeks ago. Rob actually texted me straight after it. He was like, I feel sick for you. It happens to you all the time. I lost to Josh Kane at Bolton. I think I made maybe 1 mistake. The rest was like dry breaks. And when I lost to Rob in the 2nd event, Rob actually made a couple of more mistakes than me. But just because I had 4 or 5 dry breaks and Rob was breaking very well, it just costs you so much. The break is so big.
Does that mean we're going to have to start labelling you the most unlucky player in 8 ball?
No, not just yet. I had a message off Dave earlier, just keep doing the right things. It has to turn at some point.
I couldn't agree more. I think, as Tony alluded to earlier as well, when you were playing, when we watch you, you barely put a foot wrong. It's just that thing of you do just need that bit of swing and then you get a bit of momentum. It's like Cole. Cole obviously won the British Open earlier in the year, hadn't won a game since. obviously had that result against you, and then all of a sudden it's like it started to turn a little bit and he was getting that bit of fortune. So it's just to-ing and throwing. And I mean, we've seen obviously from the first year that you were a pro last year, more than capable.
Yeah, I think especially last year, I played majority of my better stuff on the TV table, the main table. I just feel like on the outside tables I can get caught up in other sides to the game instead of just playing.
How do you mean?
Like, I think obviously, I'm not going to mention too many names. I don't want to get myself in trouble on comms here. But there's certain players that just drive me insane. That I've had a 2.5-hour match first to 7 at Blackpool last year, and I'm just like, this isn't happening on the main table. This is 50 minutes. We'd have played about 3 frames.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And I just get, I think maybe a lack of experience on the Pro Tour.
Just getting a bit like bogged down.
Yeah, and I think I do get dragged down with not the weaker players, because they're definitely not weak players. I think it's setting the tone, the pace of the match, and I find myself then playing at that pace. And that could just be a lack of experience on the Pro Tour, because obviously it is my 2nd year. Obviously it's something I'm looking to improve on.
It's a thing that we don't always talk about. Obviously, it's one thing, obviously, being an amateur coming up to the pro ranks, and obviously you can settle in your first year, and you know you make that quick progression. But you have got players on that tour, obviously the likes of Brian Halcrow, Carl Morris, Chris Melling, that have been and done it for 20 to 25 years, and you know, in 2 years you are keeping up with them, you're keeping results with them, but they've still just got that weird experience, which means those little niche things just gives them an advantage.
Yeah, I think experience is a massive, massive thing on the outside tables. Obviously, Cohen, prime example, brilliant. He's got so much ability, and it comes out to the main arena, and he's giving the #1 ranked player a beating. 𝗏𝗏𝗃 4.
4-1, I think he beat Chippy, wasn't it?
Yeah, ranked #4, is he?
Oh, yes, #4, yeah.
And obviously, who else was it? Callum Singleton.
Yeah.
He's having a great season so far. He's at the back end of a couple of comps already, I think.
And he played brilliantly against Cohen as well, and still didn't get the result. Like,
that's the thing where I know for a fact if Callum was playing him on the outside table, I know Callum is very, very good tactically.
yeah.
And he would have maybe tried to send things a different way on an outside table where the clock doesn't matter. You've got as long as you need. And I think it's so easy to just stay out of them extra games, if you'd like, on the outside table.
Right, here we go then. Aaron Davies has fouled getting out of that snooker, so Cohen Bradford's got a nice opportunity here to get his first one on the board.
Plenty of time left too.
And this is exactly how we started against Callum, actually. He was 2-0 down, wasn't he? And then Callum made that mistake, gave him the opportunity, and the moment he got his first one on the board, he started to fly. Is it possible we see the same result here?
He's definitely more than capable.
I think with Cohen, he just needs the chances, doesn't he? That's the, as you mentioned.
Yeah, he'll just be looking for 3 more chances in this match. If he gets 3 more chances, there's a good chance that he'll be getting to 4 and progressing on to the next player. I just hope for Cohen that there's not a messy split on the table.
Yeah.
Because Aaron is so good tactically as well. So good around the clock. And even if Aaron was chasing, he's a lot faster than what people think as well. Do you remember the 6 red shootout with
yeah.
Wad?
The thing is, I think because of how mechanical Aaron is in the way that he plays, a lot of people do think, oh, it's that quite robotic, it's going to be quite that kind of slow motion. The moment he goes into a 6-red, different player. And he has gone dry.
It's part 1 for Cohen.
And it's not the worst split. There's an opportunity here.
They didn't quite explode there, did they?
Yeah, he didn't quite. With Aaron, there's a bit of movement on that break, isn't there, with his head? And sometimes I just wonder, does that... I mean, he just doesn't quite always get in that impact. I don't know, but...
Red ball's in play.
Yeah, this is an all right opportunity for Cohen.
I think he needs to make position from the one on the bottom rail. I think if he gets himself into a good position after that ball, I think he's going to take these out and then he's going to have the break.
Oh, he's missed the red.
Ooh. It's not the worst leave ever.
No, he's still in a good place in the frame, but as you mentioned earlier, the worst person to get caught in a tactical game with, other than Brian Halkrow, is probably Aaron Davies.
Yeah, definitely. The only benefit for Cohen here is that I'm not too sure what Aaron can do here to get himself in the frame. Maybe the two yellows on the right-hand side, can he get Cohen in there? But I think barring that, he might have to pull a big pot out here.
I'm wondering, can he play the loss of turn and try and screw the white back? I know he's hampered.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that shot.
Yeah, I'm not overly sure what he's tried to achieve with that.
I'm guessing he wanted to be playing that 4-inch slower as such, so the yellow's just on top of the red. Because there's no benefit of that red drop in there for Aaron.
Yeah, just seeing it here. Cohen can take this one at the bottom, and then he's got a natural, if he can pot this long red, to land on the two above.
The red on the bottom left, as we look at the table, I think that could be his last ball now.
Yeah, because that black slides in the middle. Great pot. Needs a bounce. Yeah, he's good here.
Looking to get straight on the one to the middle.
Just wants to land fairly straight on the next red if he's going to be playing the left middle. That looks pretty good.
Perfect. Just screw between the yellow and the black.
It's even easier because he's a right-hander. I was about to say left-hander. Do you know what? We were having a conversation about how many left-hander players are now on the tour yesterday. And then because of that, obviously caught me out when he was a right-hander. But this has been a beautiful out from Cohen. And he's going to level up at 2-2 all. Is it following the same theme as yesterday? It might just.
All the pressure now is on Aaron as well. I think Cohen will still be in a mindset, even though he is getting towards the back end of a tournament. The pressure is always on the player he's playing.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Cohen's got nothing to lose in this.
I've got a feeling that's come out my case. That bit of sandpaper there, pretty sure that's come out my case.
You've got to be getting some commission or something on this, Kyle. For the amount you've got, have you agreed the package deal with him yet, or?
Not yet, not with the bottle of water I got him while he was playing.
Oh, you're buying him drinks and everything
Yeah,
as well?
putting a bounty on my head and using my sandpaper.
When are you sending him the invoice?
It's going to be up to probably about 25% now, I think, of any winnings.
Yeah, I think that's been quite lenient, to be honest. Yeah, this one's a bit of a messy split.
Definitely a lot of work to do here if there's going to be an out. Do you think the yellow top right of the table as we look at the screen passes into that corner? Looks very close to the red, I'm not sure.
I have a feeling he's going to have to move that because he's kind of had the look at it. You know when you kind of... You know when you see something and you see it's an opportunity and you're kind of quick to react, he just kind of acknowledged it and carried on kind of thing. Yeah, if that yellow went, I think he'd be down on the next shot a little bit faster. Yeah, which is why he's reeled back.
Yeah, I'm not surprised there. Definitely not an easy clearance.
Well,
And I think he'll be trying to get Cohen, with obviously not quite as much experience as Aaron, just to sort of go for a finish. And sort of, I think he'll be looking to try and get Cohen to get as far as maybe 1-2 balls to the end, and then having the whole table.
Well, with 5 minutes left, this really does suit Aaron.
Yeah. So it's a clever shot there from Cohen.
This suits Aaron because he can play 2-3 minutes of tactical pool here, and if he can get an advantage over Cohen, then it means he can go for that finish with no real risk. Yeah, that's a clever shot from Aaron. Loss of turn, sticking the white on the red. And you can see the frame slowly opening up for Aaron here. Cohen going for a good double, a bit unlucky.
I think it's all going to come down to the yellow on the right-hand rail.
Yeah, that's why I just thought there was a little bit of a risk when Cohen, he did play a good shot with that yellow, but just to remove that yellow and red on the right-hand side. Just with 2 insurance policies, you know Aaron's not going to get the clearance. Whereas with this, you kind of put all your eggs into one basket. That's a great shot.
You're going to have to be quick. Considering how he was there, he's played that very well. He's not perfect, but I think he didn't get down on the shot till 4 seconds.
I feel like because Aaron may have been caught out by it a few times before, I think he's just learned about when he can and can't.
Yeah. Is this a plant here, or?
Yeah, it's got to be a plant. Great shot.
Very good. That was a lot harder than what it looked, I think, though.
Yeah, this has been a nice out from Aaron Davies.
I'm not sure if he'll be spinning the white on this one.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, he's going to be leaving. Yeah, 2.5 minutes. It's on his own break, so he is in full control here. But if he goes dry, more than enough time for Cohen to come back.
Yeah, definitely. What's your prediction for Cohen? How long do you think it will be until we see him on the Pro Series? Because it's going to happen.
It wouldn't surprise me if at the end of the year, Kyle, the way things are going. I mean, this performance here. I mean, this plus a couple of other events. At what point do you justify him even getting a wild card into it if it isn't this year? Like, he's on that borderline at the moment. We've seen he can mix it with the pros. There are many players that can come up the way Cohen has and just beat the world #1 and beat the world #5 back to back.
Yeah.
Even if it's in a shorter format. So, yeah, it would not surprise me if he's with you next year. It really wouldn't. But that all depends on Cohen Bradford's performances over the next 6 months. But if he keeps going the way he's going, why not? And Aaron going in off may help him justify that.
The black to worry about here. Or 8 ball. I'm not quite up to the terminology there, am I?
Oh, trust me, I'll get it wrong all the time. Are you surprised he's opted to go yellows?
In sense of the 8 ball, no. I think the 2 yellows near the 8, they've both got a pocket. and I think he's possibly going to be looking at a double with the yellow near the red.
I wonder if they plant the two that are next to the black. If
Yeah,
that's
possibly.
the case, maybe he's going into it from the next shot. Yeah, I think that's the way he's going. Ooh, he's missed it. He's got a double though, and he's not bad on it. Oh, he rushed it just a little bit. And Aaron, I think, is going to be able to run out here.
Yeah.
But I mean, all joking aside, Kyle, I mean, what a weekend it has been for Cohen. He's been absolutely value for money.
Definitely. I think it was great from 𝗏𝗏𝗃 to give Cohen the wild card into the event after what happened with the pairs. And then, obviously, I've travelled down and stayed with Cohen. And I also said to his dad last week, I says, don't be surprised if you don't see Cohen play till the back end of the tournament. Because not only does somebody not want to lose to a 16-year-old, he can also, he can definitely play that. That's the thing you've got to, like, contemplate as well. Like, I know for a fact I wouldn't be calling out a 16-year-old because I wouldn't want to be getting beat by a 16-year-old. But then a 16-year-old that can seriously play as well.
I mean, from the time that you spend practicing with him, obviously up in Swaddling-Cote and Derbyshire way, he might still have a chance
Here we
here.
go.
But
Get away.
But with that, I mean, obviously, does he play the same way up there? Like, has he shown the same form as he has done today?
Definitely the last week or two, I think, because he knew he was coming into this, because he knew he was coming into the coming into play with the pros here, he was sort of had a different sort of focus about him. If he can keep this focus up for the rest of the year, there's no reason why he won't be going really deep into these Tier 1 tournaments.
Yeah, brilliant effort from Cohen Bradford. He's really unlucky, but Aaron Davies is through. We will be back after this break.
Welcome back down to Arena with Aaron Davies, who's just won his second match. Aaron, we'll have a quick chat in a minute, but I think we should all give Cohen Bradford a round of applause. He was absolutely fantastic yesterday, the star of the future and very much the star of now. We will remember this tournament for him for a long time. Aaron, obviously dead silence when you called Cohen out, but it proved to be the right decision. Job done.
Yeah, like, he played well. It was a tough. I knew it was going to be a tough game, whoever I picked anyway. But I just had to try and whatever I thought was, the best chance of getting through. That's what I did.
Absolutely, and of course he had become a hitman for everything that he did yesterday, which means we're going to have a draw now. Let's have a look at the screen to see if you can win the money that is on his head. And the money goes on to your head. It's doing its rounds, this bounty. No one can win it. So you're now a hitman, of course. Right, let's talk about your next decision then. This is for match 3. This is to get yourself into the hot seat. Options are you can go to a random draw or you can pick out another hitman. Do you want to have a look at a list of players? Let's bring up the list. What's your first thoughts?
My first thoughts is obviously like you don't really want to do a random draw because there's so many good players that could come out, sort of thing.
Does that mean that you're leading towards taking out a hitman? Yeah, you can't pick yourself, no.
I think I'm just going to have to. I'm going to have to pick a bounty. Yeah.
So you can't pick Cohen Bradford, but you can pick John McAllister or John Chambers.
Yeah. My thinking is like if you go to a random draw, like there's so many good players, and not that he's not a good player, like he's a very good player, but I think like just like odds-wise, I think I'm just going to pick John Chambers.
John Chambers, come on down. Shake of the head there. So the thinking is you want to know who you're playing.
Yeah, like John's a great player, but just like if you go to the random draw, there's so many good players that could come out, and obviously I know he's here, but yeah, like, it's just I think just odds-wise, like rather than risking like really top player coming out or something, that's my thinking. So.
No, it makes perfect sense. Obviously, well justified. John, come on in. Let's have a chat. Best of luck, Aaron. John, it's been a long weekend for you, and you haven't touched the table yet. Lots going on. You've had bounties put on your head, and you're finally out here. You finally get to play some pool. But we've seen you in great form recently in 2 finals, and maybe this is the one to have that breakthrough.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Again, you're going to need some luck. So it is a lottery, first of 4. I'm glad he doesn't think I'm a really top player, so that's cheered me up no end, but I'll try my best.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing it. Let's get the match on. Join us after the break.
And there he is, the last of the 3 Derbyshire contingent, taking on Aaron Davies. I'm partnered with Cohen Bradford. Cohen, it just wasn't to be, but I mean, it was another great performance, just didn't quite get over the line.
Yeah, I'm disappointed to be out, but I think I've done quite well this weekend. Like, at the start, I probably would have been happy to beat one of the pros, never mind the ranked number 1 seed and the ranked number 4 seed in Tom Cousins and 𝗠𝗁𝗃𝗄𝗃. So just them results itself I'm buzzing with. But yeah, to get to the money end of the tournament, and was it 3-2 Aaron beat me?
Yeah.
To lose out by 1 frame to a player of Aaron's as good as Aaron is, it's like, yeah, I'm proud. And even though I've lost, I'm disappointed, but I've got to look at the positives. I've done well.
I think Simon made a really, really great point before we came onto air, which is actually, you know, all of these events aren't necessarily about the person that picks up the trophy. It's about the moments that happened in those tournaments and what we remember going on for years to come. I mean, what you achieved in beating back-to-back hitmen, you know, probably 2-4 players of the whole year. You then beat Callum Singleton as well, who's obviously been gone deep in a couple of different events this year. I mean, it's something that will live long in the memory, mate. So hold your head up high, because you've got so much ahead of you for years to come. So
thank you very much for the kind words. Yeah, like you say, obviously Callum's not as high ranked as Sean or Tom, but he has reached a British Open final earlier on this year, hasn't he? So he's definitely capable of competing with all the pros, and he's a great pro himself.
And obviously your counterpart Kyle was in here just a minute ago, and he was asking me, look, how long do you reckon it'll be until like coming to the pro ranks? Surprised me if you went ahead and did it at the end of this year. I mean, have you set a goal for yourself for this year?
Yeah, to hopefully get to the business end of a Tier 1 event. The Tier 1s are obviously not as hard as pros, but I don't know if you know yourself, Tier 1's brutal. Like, I've won quite a few 7-6s and stuff where there's been at least 9 or 10 dishes off the break out of 13 frames, and it's like, this is like amateur ranks talking about.
Yeah, it's an absolute minefield. I mean, you look at the field of players that have come up this year and sat in like a duck to water from Tier 1 to pro. I mean, players like 𝗪𝗪𝗃, who, to be honest, I'm sure a lot of people may have assumed was just a pro to start off with. And others that are in there, 𝗪𝗏𝗪𝗏, who's still in the tournament as well. So it is an absolute minefield, but it's one that, as you've shown this weekend, you're more than capable of getting out of. It's just that question of time, I suppose. But obviously, looking onto this one, obviously the last of Kyle's now out. Obviously, you're now out as well. So John's the last one. Obviously, two of you got in the prize money, which is a great weekend. And I'm sure at the start of the weekend you would have taken it.
Oh, definitely, yeah. But yeah, like I say, going back to setting the goals in Tier 1, if I can hopefully become, is it top 8 to go to the pros?
Top 8, yeah.
So yeah, if I can even if I finish 8th, I'll just a few deep runs, like semis, final, win one, hopefully 1 or 2 of them, and I'll be able to get myself in that top 8 for the end of 2025. And 2026 I can start as a pro, which would be great for myself, and I think it would be good for 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗄𝗃, because I think that would make me the youngest ever pro, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. Obviously, Jaden holds that accolade at the moment. Well, I think it was Gio matched with Jaden, if I'm correct in saying that. But yeah, I mean, so much more to come, and I mean that, you know, with the next gen and everything else that's going on at the moment with 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗄𝗃, I think it's a great sign for young players coming through, and you're definitely leading the way at the moment. So it'll be great to see what you do next, mate.
Thank you.
I was going to ask the question to Kyle though. Obviously, before we went off of air, I'm going to ask it to yourself. How key has it been, obviously not just in your progression, but the community around you that are based up in 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗄𝗃? Obviously you've got yourself, you've got the Chambers, you've got Kyle, you've got Dave. Have those influences, do you think that's bringing all of you up at the same time?
Yeah, I think me practicing with, well, Kyle's my main practice partner really, so Yeah, I think, like you say, me and Kyle practicing together, it makes us both play well as it's match practice. We give each other a good time every time, and like you say, I'm not improving myself, but Kyle's also improving because he's staying sharp in his match practice. And there's also people like, I don't know if you know, Dean Marriott, he's tier 1. He got to a semi-final, event 3 and 4 in Bolton, another very good player. Yeah, he's one of the good tier 1 amateurs. Trying to think of other ones, but yeah, there's definitely plenty of good players from my way that I can practice with. But yeah, Kyle is the main one who I do practice with to try and get as good as possible.
Let's have a looky here then. So John won the first frame, played really, really well in that first frame. Aaron's looking like he's going to go and counter with another break dish of his own.
He's just a robot, isn't he? He's just solid. Just takes his time, the same motion every time. Nice clearance there from Aaron. Tap of the knee from John, acknowledging the class of the clearance.
The thing is, the players with feel, and obviously, you know, like players like Chris Melling that are very natural. Obviously, not necessarily Chris Melling, but the players that are maybe further down that maybe have that same kind of natural style. Always ask the question of going, how do you do the same thing every single time without thinking about it? And it's so bizarre when you watch Aaron, because it is literally, as you say, it's robotic. Every single time he gets down to the ball, it is exactly the same to pinpoint.
Yeah, I think it just sort of comes, if you like drill it into yourself, like when you're practicing, it sort of sticks with you on the match table. He's at that cut break a bit thin, hasn't he?
Yeah, John didn't quite catch that. You weren't silently judging him there, Cohen, were you?
It was like pinball, where it just flies around the cushions.
Yeah, you can see what he thought about it as well. Even Scott Price is having a bit of a laugh at that. Scott, you can't do that, you're the referee.
Needs to have a good cue ball here to take out this finish. There's a lot of precise cue ball control shots required here.
I don't know if Aaron's been a little bit unlucky there, just knocking that red down, as it just covered the yellow to the pocket he wanted it in. He might be okay.
Yeah, I think it'll still pass past that red into the bottom right. Yeah, I think we can see from the overhead there it goes.
It's got a nice angle now to play the one in the middle, just nudge out the one above.
I think it'll squeeze to the point where it won't go in. Yeah.
There you go. This feels like the important shot, this transition back down the table.
Yeah, this is a key shot, like you say yourself. I think you've probably got to go the one into the right middle next, and then bottom left, and then the one across the rail, and then try and find a decent line to get back up the table to the 8 ball.
It's not great, and he's actually possibly promoted that red a little bit more for John. Should Aaron obviously miss from here.
Good shot.
It's a classy recovery there. Can he get to the last yellow?
Can he play a delicate cannon to that bottom red, do you reckon?
As in playing it thin?
Yeah, pot this one, and there's a bit like a right hand side hold on that bottom red.
I think he's screwing this. I think he's trying to go off the bottom cushion and across.
He's got a shot.
He's been a little fortunate, but he has got a shot, you're right. Yeah, I think he's fine here.
Yeah, I agree. Bit right hand side, and then the cue ball should just come through that gap of red near the left hand middle pocket.
But he's missed the yellow.
Yeah.
So good opportunity for John Chambers. He's changed his mind a little bit on that.
Good shot.
Great shot.
Quite an aggressive shot, though, to be fair. You know, like earlier on, I thought he was going to flip that red off the side rail and just snooker him, but he's quite an aggressive player, John, so he's taking on the clearance, backing his ability of how good he is.
Yeah, I mean, speaking to John first thing this morning, he kind of made it quite clear to me. He was like, look, I'm a new pro. I don't practice too much, it's just not my style. But what I do know is how to play aggressive, and I'm just going to stick with that. That's not the best shot from John.
No, I think this red will go in the middle, though, won't it? You know, if he goes up table.
Oh, I don't know. That is tight to the rail, I think. I'll tell you what. Is he going to have a flick off the black? He's just gone round it. That's a beautiful shot from John.
I don't think he's played it there, because did you hear his reaction?
I don't know. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Great shot.
I'm going to give him
Classic
the benefit
clearance
of the
there from
doubt.
John.
Because it didn't look like he was close to a cannon.
Yeah, a little hand there to apologise. Trying to hit the side rail.
Yeah.
Yeah, classic clearance there from John. Great to watch.
Well, at least he's not thought about it too much. It doesn't matter, John. You're 2-1 up. Aaron makes a ball again. Yeah, he really got the impact through the balls there. Just making that yellow into the bottom right. Let's have a look. The reds look good. So I imagine Aaron's going to make quite quick work of this.
Didn't seem too happy the way he sort of just stayed down that shot for an extra second.
Yeah, I think he wondered, had he just got a bit too close to that red and covered the one? I think he has. Yeah, he has. He's having to cut this back. I don't think this is what he intended.
Shot.
It's a good recovery.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Actually, does the...
He's stuck on the 8, is he?
Well, is the red stuck to the yellow as well? That's the other thing I'm wondering.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's
somehow done himself. That's incredible.
I think he's snookered on old balls here, unless he...
I think he can hit the red. I just don't think he can cross it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, yeah.
That's... I mean, that's crazy, isn't it? You've got 3 reds down the bottom end of the table, all in the open. You can't hit a single one of them.
It's incredible how unlucky he's been there.
Is he going to try and swerve it with the rest? No, he's changed his mind.
Going for a little joggy.
Yeah, he's bringing out all the equipment. It's not often you see the spider coming out. I mean, that's a brilliant shot.
Great shot.
Spider-Man Aaron Davies.
He had me a few times, to be fair, Aaron. You know where you think like you're going to get a shot, and then he'll just pull out a good shot and like as if it weren't even hard. He made a few.
That's about okay again.
Like a few like loose positional shots against me, but he just recovery was just as if it weren't even hard. So fair play to him. playing it off the yellow here? Or just no?
Yeah, by hook or by crook, Aaron's going to get out here, but he's made quite tough work of it.
He's got the seen it route, you could say.
Yeah, he went on a journey with that.
Puff of the cheeks there. The expression shows how he felt about that clearance.
Yeah, it was actually it was a more beautiful shot than you would think, just being able to play that little dinky swerve with a spider. And obviously, let's not forget, this is actually Aaron's game to get on the hot seat as well. So Cohen Bradford will be a big John Chambers fan at the moment.
Who did he beat before me?
Chris Melling.
Oh God, yeah. Try a break here from John Boy.
John's just not quite got that break going, has he? This is another nice opportunity for Aaron. It's fairly out in the open. Played the best opener.
Struggled in my cup break today, I did, against Aaron. Weren't quite getting the splits.
I was going to say, do you do both, Cohen? Do you front ball and cut break?
Yeah, I do. But I thought, when I've been using these Rassons with this cloth at Potters, my cut break from the left has been incredible. I normally get a red into the left centre every time, but it's just not happened this weekend.
Do you think it's because of the change of the cloths? Do you feel like do you feel like the break feels different at all?
No, I wouldn't say that. I think, personally, I think my cut break's the best on a Rasson because they ain't got that bit where it, what is it, the rubber or the metal bit?
You get the trim and then it comes up.
The trimming bit. Yeah, you can get your cue like proper flat and you can hit it like the cut break parallel without jacking up. Because if you hit it too hard on like a Supreme winner, the cue ball jumps off the table normally because the back end's slightly hampered. Where you can get proper parallel on the cut breaks with the Rassons.
It's really bizarre that you say that. I mean, obviously I'm nowhere near as good as yourself, Cohen, but I obviously cut break quite a bit. I really got to grips with cut breaking on the Supreme, and I've struggled since going on to the Rassons. And it's a strange one, but I feel like it depends on how you cue, because I've naturally got a bit of a lift, which means that when I'm on that Supreme, it feels a lot more natural. But the Rasson, I feel like I'm getting a lot lower down.
Yeah, well, it's funny you say that because was it the first 6 events last year? They were all Supreme winners until they switched to Rassons, and on them Supreme winners, I was top ball breaking, and I think that's when I was breaking best. To be fair, on them Supreme winners top ball, I was hitting them really well. The cue ball was coming in a straight line, straight back to the bolt cushion. But yeah, ever since we've been on Rassons, I'd like to switch to the cut break because I feel like I'm hitting it better than I am top ball.
Yeah. Maybe I just need to get back on the practice table, Cohen. That's probably the reason for it. Anyway, Aaron Davies has made really good work of this finish so far. Just has to cross the I's and dot the T's. This is not the best cue ball. Is he going to be on the black? He is.
He's definitely on it, isn't he?
Really on it. Oh no. And that was a bad point in the game to go out of position because he's got just over 5 minutes left and these yellows are right out in the open for John Chambers if he gets to the table.
If he's touching ball, he's probably just going to... And this is risky because if you don't even hit the 8, it's a foul. You'd expect him to hit it there.
Oh my word. Would you believe it?
John Chambers said unbelievable.
I mean, that is
just
absolute insanity.
Oh.
Off the yellow as well.
Wow.
John Chambers will feel absolutely sick because all of the yellows were there as well. And now Aaron's got the break for the match as well.
After that, if I was John, I'd be hoping for a golden duck here.
Oh, yeah. We haven't seen a golden duck in a long, long time, you know. Obviously, I think people really control the white on the break a lot better now than when the table's kind of first coming out. Can Aaron wrap this up? White ball.
Oh, wow.
Well, we were halfway to one.
Yeah. Found a nice layout in. There's no need to rush as well with 5 minutes still on the match clock.
Yeah. There you go. And that was that little alarm that we're into the 15-second shot clock.
Got to be yellows, hasn't it?
Has to be yellows. He wants to be on this yellow. Is he on it to the top left? He's fine. Yeah, John may as well go at his natural pace with these because he's not going to be able to take off enough time to force Aaron to really have any time pressure. There's a cue ball there.
Yeah, I would have probably brought the cue ball down the table a little bit more. Obviously, each of their own, but probably go centre next, would you?
Well, yeah. I was just wondering if he was maybe just going to top that off the bottom cushion, just to take any risk out.
I think you've just got to stun this dead here, and then when you cut the yellow in, the cue ball will glance off the red and come back up for a shot on the...
Oh, John's gone for this. I'll tell you what, he's not done badly at all. That's a great shot. Got a big pocket to make, though.
Yeah.
Can he drop this in the top corner?
Looks good.
You bet he can.
Great
You
shot.
bet he can. That's a brilliant out from John Chambers.
3-all then. And John's praying for a golden break here, just to make it slightly easier for himself.
And this game has been really high standard, hasn't it, Cohen, from start to finish? It has to be said.
Definitely. Even when you thought the mistakes were going to happen, the recoveries have been good enough to make it look like just to keep it as a high standard. How many clinches have been off the break? Obviously the first two were off the break, that was off the break.
It's 4 or 5.
Yeah, 4 I think out of 6.
Here we go, and the boys shake hands. There's 3 minutes 22 left on the clock. It's going to be John Chambers. He's going for that cut break. He's going for the 8-ball.
8 in the left middle, I think.
Oh, right.
Oh my God.
He called it left middle. John Chambers has won on a golden break.
Oh my God.
Oh, well.
Wow.
And John Chambers eliminates Aaron Davies. Look at this. Bang. Straight in that left middle.
I even called it as well.
And look at him. He didn't hide the celebration either. And John Chambers eliminates Aaron Davies. What a time to hit a golden break.
Wow.
We will be back after the break.
Welcome back down to the arena. John, congratulations. That was a bizarre way to win the match. A lovely golden break to get it done, but a good finish in the frame before to give yourself that opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a great ending to the match. I only had one thing to do, so...
Yeah, I mean, that's the way to win a deciding frame. One shot, job done?
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't want that, you know? I don't want to be shaking about, trying to chop balls about, trying to get them in under pressure. Yeah, I'm happy.
Of course you are. Obviously, now you have a couple of decisions to make. Let's start with decision one. Because you were both hitmen, you both had bounties on your head, you now have a decision, what do you want to do with the bounty that was on Aaron's head? Because you're a hitman, you can't win that. So you have the choice. You can add it to yours, so you've got a double bounty on your head, or you can give it to one of our other players. I'll tell you what, let's bring up the graphic of who's left in the competition, and then you can decide what you want to do. So these are the players left in. You can add it to anybody.
I'll add it to 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗃.
𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗃, our fire marshal, he's here. He is the he is now a hitman as well. What was the thinking there, John?
He's got his trainers on and the jacket. He's not ready. So.
Okay, so that leads me on to my next question. Obviously, you can go to a random draw, or you can pick anybody left in the competition. What are you thinking?
I'm calling that 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗃.
𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗃 is going to have to get his shoes on very, very quickly.
That is it. Yeah, he's not ready.
Here we go. Come on in, Joe. Joe, you've been probably spent more time on the table than anybody else this weekend, working hard, practicing, but now you're actually finally out here ready to play.
John, your bard, please leave for the venue. Thank you.
Just happy to get going, happy to finally get into the competition?
Yeah, well, no, actually. I'd rather be like Josh Kane last year. But I tell you what, God, put your money where your mouth is. I've been called out. Let's show them what I can do.
Let's get it on. Here we go. Final match of the afternoon is coming up after this break.
Well, 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗃 has been out around the tables for the last 2 days. He's constantly practicing, so...
It's actually been strange. He's played, I mean, because the practice table is very, very close to where we are. He has played non-stop all weekend long. And not matches or anything like that, just practice, just practicing all weekend long. And that wasn't what he was practicing for, that's for sure. But the reason it's a point is that the cloths in the club here are different to our match cloth here, the 𝗡𝗶𝗴𝗵, the beautiful cloth that we have. So it does play differently.
Yeah.
And that could catch him out. And obviously it's a story for anyone that goes out there for the first time is how quickly to adapt to the conditions against a player that's just played for 20 minutes.
Absolutely. And we'll go back to yesterday when I questioned 𝗪𝗪𝗃𝗀𝗃 after defeating John McAllister in that 6 red and pulled him straight back out again. Well, I thought that was a mistake. It proved to be as well. For the simple reason, John McAllister, it just had 7 frames out there.
Yeah, you've called out. There was no, other than the fact that it was a brilliant moment, there was no benefit whatsoever for Rab to do that. He had better options out there. But you've got to go with what you feel and embrace the environment of what it is. And I applaud his decision. I don't think it was smart, but I applaud the decision.
And John got fortunate, you know, he got that extra life, and he's still here.
Right now, you have to say he's favourite for the tournament. He's the highest ranked player in the tournament. He's had plenty of table time, whereas some of the other players that are up there in the rankings haven't had that table time. And John rolls in the first frame. 1-0 up. And on the back of that break from 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗃. John's such a good laid-back character that I thought what was impressive to me, and I was in the arena when that amazing shot from Aaron went in. John's reaction's fantastic. He doesn't sit there and try and take it. He doesn't show emotion. He has fun with it. He just embraced it. He showed, you know, obviously he didn't want it to happen, but he had some fun with it. It just keeps him relaxed. And then next time he touched the table, he made a beautiful out, a couple of tough shots in there because it could have been easier than it was. And then, of course, the golden break to win it. Just thought reaction and his mentality out there is brilliant.
I've known John many years, and he's a great guy to be around. And he, like you say, he just bounces along in happy land. You know, it doesn't matter what comes against him. Has all the worst luck in the world. He doesn't cry, he doesn't moan and complain. Just gets on with it. And I'll tell you what, that's why it stands him in good stead when he's playing, and it keeps him playing well.
Yeah, completely agree. Yeah, because he doesn't let things affect him, doesn't get down on outcomes and, you know, things going against you, and doesn't get too high when things go for you either. Just embraces it, has fun, relaxed.
Yeah, he's certainly a glass half full man. Probably 3/4 full, I'd say even.
Yes.
First opportunity for 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗃. Get his hand on the table.
Yeah, the form that John's in, the fact he's a match in and he's 1-0 up, it's absolutely essential for 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗀𝗃 to get out here. This is a wide open opportunity. He's slightly off angle on the one bottom right, which is why he's considering his options of going another way. If the red nearest the bottom left-hand corner pocket doesn't pass the bottom right, then he could leave that alone at the bottom, which is why he's considering taking it.
Well, after much deliberation, he's finally chosen his ball. He's missed it.
Yeah, kind of almost talked himself out of it in the end. I think that probably was the right choice of ball in terms of keeping a clean route through. Big wide open target for the one that he was leaving down the table, and it would have been a good one to connect on a natural path. So just missed the ball.
Yeah, it was, I'd suspect the indecision that built up and his awareness that the clock was starting to tick, and I think that played a big part in that mistake. And this is what you said, Simon. The way that John Chambers is playing, you do not want to miss balls when you've got a chance like Joe just had, because of the way Chambers has been going about his business. He's on a pretty high level at the moment. Just so smooth when he gets going as well. A lot of players would have the rest out here. John not bothering.
Yeah, ball and hand perfect as well.
Yeah.
That little lovely turn of angle just to pop the cue ball off without having to do anything.
Yeah, wants to leave himself just a plain ball cut into the corner with the last yellow. And this is 2-0 coming right up for John Boy. I'm sure his brother Rob's watching at home. And he's doing the business right now, is Chambers.
Yeah, he's doing the business indeed. 2-0 up, race to 4. Not even 5 minutes played here, and putting himself in a great position. This is our final match of the afternoon session, match number 9. And that means we've got 8 matches left tonight. He'll come back. If he wins his first match, he's guaranteed to be into the final 5 because he'd be in the hot seat. So he would be in a very, very strong position because the hot seat disappears once we get to 5 players there.
Absolutely.
And then, you know, assuming we're going to have, you know, of the final 5, we're likely to have half of them, maybe more, that haven't played yet. Cold. Obviously, John McAllister being the big kind of X factor. He's played 4 matches in that. But it would be an interesting situation. You can make a case for John big time then. I mean, you make a case at the start of the tournament, but, you know, really.
Well, I always say John's one of these players, and if he goes out quite early, but when he gets into the second day and he gets deep, he goes really deep.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen him win tours.
John McAllister you're talking about? Yeah.
Such a good
Absolutely.
player. If I'm still in late on, I avoid him until the absolute death, if you know what I mean. Of all those players.
He is just a machine. He just can get on that rhythm where it just becomes relentless for him. Obviously, he needed a lot of luck yesterday to make it through, but it's always good to have a little bit of that on your side as well.
I think you need it to win a tournament. You've got to have a little bit along the way. You can't just...
Especially a tournament like this.
Well, yeah, against the talent you're playing against, you've got to have a bit of run somewhere. You can't just win on pure skill alone.
Yellow on the left-hand side is the problem here for John Chambers. He's got a couple of balls to deal with it, or he can play it as a double. That's a lovely choice. But the way he's come down there, use the red just to widen the angle to make the path of the cue ball even easier, and he's left the perfect angle here. That was a really, really lovely shot. Could have come out better for him though, but he's still okay.
He's okay if he can get clean to that cue ball to pot the yellow in the bottom right. He's not too hampered with the yellow that's very close to him.
Looks like he's going to take it now.
Take it?
Yeah.
Ooh. Tricky
I'm
little
with
shot,
you.
this.
That one bottom right isn't. Yeah, I like bottom right as well. That's an excellent shot. Oh, it's not. The cue ball's gone too far.
I think he's okay though. I think he can still cut the one end into the bottom left and still come up.
I was with you though, Tony, because you're dropping in the one into bottom right. Then the one he's just played becomes you're almost straight in on it, dropping it in, and then you're kind of right in the sweet spot for the remaining 3. But he's ended up getting there anyway. So.
Yeah. Well, what he wanted to be able to pot this yellow first, obviously. Then he could get the cue ball further up the table, nearer to his last yellow. Now he can't because that red's in the way. So it's, well, he doesn't want to be Chinese snookered, and he is.
Seemed to react a little strange off the cushion for him. Wanted to slide across an awful lot more than that.
Well, he's cueing this with side now. That's the only way he can strike this cue ball, so this is tough.
Yeah.
Piled on right-hand side.
Yeah. You see the deflection, misses it thin. Cue ball's moved to the left-hand side.
I know that feeling all too well.
Oh, Joe's played a loose one. He's played
Joe,
a loose
what
one.
have you done?
And is that the table catching him out?
That is the table catching him out. He's been playing on the other table, or other tables.
Which is a little, doesn't quite
Different
carry
cloth.
the same pace. This is a very, very quick cloth, and he's overhit that shot quite a lot. Possibly caught the red a touch on the thin side as well.
No mistake second time round, though, for John. Huge mistake, though, from Joe Prince. He's been let off the hook, Chambers, and now he's on the hill.
And one away from two. Get himself into the hot seat match.
Yeah, I know that one feeling as well, Joe. He'll be fuming, absolutely fuming. A lot of people will recognise Joe Prince, who's very successful over in the USA.
Spends more time playing that version of the game than he does, even though he's an English ball professional. He's normally you'll find him practicing the American stuff. I think that's possibly why he's played so much in practice this week, is to get himself kind of reacclimatised. But he's getting acclimatised to the balls and everything else, but not the cloth and the table.
That's right. He'll be switching over again next week for the Boston. Dry. But what's he left? Yellow into the centre. I think that's his only ball, or the only option for Joe. This is a very quick glance I had, and it was. So now he's got to pick himself up off the floor after the failed safety shot cost him the last frame.
Decent chance here, but touched in on this one.
You could just pull it clean, or we could play a little cannon. I think he's going clean. It's a great shot if he doesn't, as long as he doesn't stick. Just wanted to bump onto the other red there and be able to play that one up the rail. And he's been a bit unlucky there.
Just okay with the cue ball. It's a nice drop in. He missed it on the thin side, so the cue ball not quite where he wanted it, but it's fine. And the one on the cushion that he tried to get on a couple of shots ago is fine as a last ball. Has he left this one too thin? Can't just drop in and hold now.
Do you punch up onto the top row with a load of right-hand side?
I think you have to.
And that's a very hard shot to control.
The side is really hard to...
Don't put it on.
A lot of people aren't getting the grip off with the side off the cushions as they're kind of feeling out their way, aren't they? So this is a tough shot if he goes that way.
Well, he's put the side on. Has he got enough?
He did. Yeah, that's excellent.
Yeah, he got his reward. It's a good shot. Beat off a couple of reds, but
he put it in the right
he deserves to be on that for playing that with the side. And now it's just about getting onto the black ball.
Yeah, if he was straighter on it, it'd be easier. You've really got to kind of get this nipped nicely if you're going to pull it back. Really nicely. That was a
lovely shot
touch.
again from Joe. This is a nice little finish he's pulled out here. Keeps the dream alive as he... It's a little victory dance for that frame. 3-1. Plenty of time on the clock. We've still got half the match clock left, just over 10 minutes.
And these are the players left in. The one that surprises me the most, not because he's not a very good player, but Daryl Whitworth has gone through this tournament very unnoticed. He's just quiet. I suspect as a new professional, was expecting to play yesterday. Hasn't happened. I think maybe Jaden Billingham as well, but he's certainly making
I think
waves
Jaden's
at the
built
moment.
himself a reputation
Yeah,
already.
he
He's
is.
very, very young in his pool career, but he seems to have been around, and Luke Terry said it as well, he seems to have been around quite a long time, even though he's only 18.
Yeah, that's definitely the case, but he is starting to make waves in the pro game. Oh, Joe, just when you win a frame, hoping to get yourself some momentum going.
Fabulous break as well.
Yeah, second time in the match, he's gone straight in off on his break. Different pocket, same outcome. And this is there for John Chambers.
Reds for me and reds for John. We could be on for a quick finish here to this match. John Chambers takes these reds out, that's it. And then he'll come back again this evening for his third and final game in this little run.
Plenty of time to make a decision.
Yes.
Because, of course, he will acquire the bounty that he put onto Joe's head. So, as I said at the start of the match, if he runs out here, he'll be able to put that bounty onto another player left in the tournament. So he essentially has a free hit on whoever he wants to play.
Oh,
it's not all over yet with that one.
No, it's not. He's going to have to take his medicine now, just pot this and have to play a long red into the top right. There's no point in trying to force off two rails to get into the middle of the table. You're not going to do it, and you risk missing the pot. It's make the pot and just get the white through enough to be able to see the red. It's made the pot. This red into the top right. It's a nice little angle because you just sort of float it in and drag the cue ball into that left-hand rail just above that middle bag. You can actually drop it dead weight either or really. That's not going in.
Gone for the dead weight and misses it wide. Mileage in the match.
Wow.
Yeah, grimace because he knows how good a chance that was. He has a little glance at the clock as well.
Well, if he doesn't land Chinese snooker there, he's won the match.
Yeah.
There's no question because he gets a cue ball up the table and everything's all rosy in the garden. But now, a chance Joe Prince probably didn't expect he was going to have. The only solace that John Chambers can take is it will be his break next, should Joe Prince complete his finish here. Oh,
he just left himself dead straight.
He snookered him.
And rather than taking his medicine, and the problem with taking his medicine and just dropping it in is he leaves the next one thin and the 8 ball doesn't go top right, so the cue ball's doing some mileage. He decides to punch it and try and come off the bottom cushion with side, and it's forced to miss. It's given away the frame. He has given away the match. Not the performance that Joe Prince was looking for. He's hung around for 2 days to get out there, and he has not delivered on the table. But John Chambers certainly has. A couple of errors there at the back end, but another very strong performance. And he gets his second win, 2 from 2. John Chambers will be back out there at 6 o'clock. But let's go and have a few words with John before we leave you for a couple of hours. Well, welcome back down to the arena now with John Chambers, who is 2 wins from 2. John, congratulations. You called out Joe. You felt he wasn't going to quite be ready to play, and then you dispatched him as you wanted to. It was a solid enough performance.
Yeah, I just like I said, he just wasn't ready. He didn't look like he was ready for it. So I thought I'll catch him cold, and I did. So.
That is one of the advantages you get as a player that's already on the table, is that you're going to be pulling out somebody that hasn't played potentially, and you've got an opportunity to catch him cold, and that's how it played out. Is that going to go into your thinking? Obviously, there's a big decision coming up when we come back at 6 o'clock on who you want to play next. Is that what you're going to be thinking about on this break? Is which way to go, or have you already got it in your mind what you're going to do?
I think I'm going to know what I'm doing, but yeah, it's tough, you know. I don't know how to really know. I'll know once I've had a break, but now I'm going to be in a similar situation. We're having a break for however long it is, and then I'm not free-flowing from the table, so yeah, I'm just going to have a think about it.
It's a very good point as well. And of course, the other thing, because you put the bounty onto Joe's head, you made him a hitman, that means you're going to have the same decision when we come back. That bounty, you can either put it onto your head or to somebody else's head, which has to factor into your decision on what to do when you come back, because obviously the decision on your third and final match is either to pick a bounty player, a hitman, or go to the random draw. Gives you a few more options than other players in this situation.
Yeah, definitely, and obviously I am going to think about that. I'll just have a look, see if anyone's had a drink or just fell over down the stairs. I might pick them, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, we're looking forward to finding out. Enjoy your break. We'll see you at 6 o'clock when you come back. We're looking forward to it already, and we will look forward to you all coming back at 6 o'clock as well. We will play down to the last man standing from 6.